How has CF impacted your family?
We always say that we have, excuse me, a new version of normal. Sabrina can go tell you, what an average day for her is, but it's a lot, similar to everybody else. But there's just some things that we always have to do.
You can't pick up and just decide to go somewhere. You always have to plan ahead. You always have to, you can't just say, hey, let's just run and go do this, because you have to get up early and do treatments. You have to make sure that you have whatever pills you need to take with you.
Typical Sabrina day. She gets up in the morning, gets ready for school. Once she's done with that, she does a hypersaline nebulizer along with her vest, which takes about 30 minutes. The vest, pumps, beats the chest, frees up the mucus and everything. And that's a 30-minute set. Then we do breakfast. After breakfast, it's enzymes. She goes to school, does all of her, not just enzymes, but
all of these.
Vitamins.
Go ahead.
So these are all her pills. She has to take specific vitamins because her body won't process fat-soluble.
So it's all of her enzymes. It's special vitamins. It's a liver pill. She's got to do vitamin D right now. Although that I forgot to say, before she does her vest, she does albuterol. So then it's the vest, then it's breakfast, then it's all of her pills, her morning pills, including enzymes, which are based on how much fat. Loosely, it's kind of based on how much fat she does, and enzymes are usually a minimum of 3 and up to as many as 6 or 7 if it's a really high fat content meal. Then she goes to school. After or during school, when she does her lunch, after lunch she's got to go into the office or go to the nurses and take more enzymes. After school, we come home and we'll do like an after school snack, which means more enzymes. Does her homework. Then after homework, we'll either do vest or the dinner, Generally we'll do dinner first. And then after dinner, she does Pulmozyme, which is about 15-20 minutes. And then another vest treatment, which is another half an hour. And then if she does, like a snack before bedtime, it's more enzymes. So there's always something that you have to keep in mind. Even if we're running out, running errands or stuff like that, if we're going to stop for lunch, you got to make sure you have the enzymes. Or stop for a snack, you got to have the enzymes. We got to.
She goes out with friends. We got to make sure that she has a bag that she can take with her that has an inhaler in it in case she needs it. Has her enzymes in case she needs it.
And if I have a sleepover with friends, I bring my vest and
All your medications.
all my medications.
What's that like for you, Sabrina, when you have to take all your stuff with you?
It can be kind of embarrassing because people can judge you about it sometimes. And you really don't want those people to judge something bad about you.
Usually when we start something, and I've told her, like at school, everybody knows about her CF. Because my theory is the more people know about it, the easier it is in case she gets dehydrated or flushed or is not feeling well, they'll catch it. So my thought is knowledge is power. The more people that know. But I've also told her if she gets to a point where she doesn't want people to know that she's different, then that's okay too, to let me know. But I'm sort of hoping that by starting her in elementary school, everybody knowing that she's different, it won't seem so strange, and it'll just be part of who Sabrina is. And it won't be, Sabrina's so weird, look at what she has to do, or look, she's got this PICC line, and that's so weird, and that's so gross, and because kids can be mean.
Yeah.
So my thought is that if it just is how it always has been, the kids at her school won't know anything different, and it will just always be just part of Sabrina. And we got permission this year that we can actually promote it at school. So we're gonna encourage her classmates to help raise money for cystic fibrosis and do the walk this spring.
May I say something?
Of course.
And really, the more people that know, the more people that donate to help CF find a cure.
And you're the ambassador for CF in New Mexico, right?
Yes.
And what is that like for you?
Means I have to do a lot of videos, for one thing.
Is it fun?
What else do you get to do? Where else do you talk?
I have to make speeches. Cause there's like a walk, a CF walk, and also there is a CF bike ride, and every year they have this CF thing for kids where the kids decorate cakes
Mm-hmm.
To help raise money.
to help raise money, but this year they didn't do that.
Impacted your life financially and socially?
I don't know that it's affected us socially, because we've just managed to make it work into our life.
Everybody's always really understanding about it. So socially, not so much. You know, I'll say, you know, there's good and bad socially about it. You know, there's always that one party that you go to that you're like, hey, Sabrina's got to do a vest. We got to go. You know, but also there's those parties that you go to that you really want to stay at, and you're like, I got to go. Sabrina's got to do a vest. You know,
Or she'll like, can you stay 5 minutes? It's like, honey, you still have a vest. You still have it.
you know.
You got
We still
all
have,
this
once we
to
get
do.
home, we still have, you know, an hour's worth of treatments that you've got to do. So, you know, we got to go. You know, so in that aspect, it's kind of tough. But all of our friends and everybody, you know, family and everybody is really supportive. So they totally understand that.
You know, because CF is a coughing thing, you always get a parent that's like, she's sick, don't let her near my kids. And I always have to explain, you know, Sabrina's not going to pass anything on to your kids.
Yeah.
It's just a cough. Kids with CF cough. So,
You know.
Everybody
Or,
goes.
you know, if she's in an environment, you know, where there's a lot of kids, you know, or dust or that kind of thing, you know, we'll have her wear a mask just so that she doesn't inhale that and get that caught in her lungs. So, you know, a couple of times we felt that, you know, and we always want to say, you know, look, it's not there for, you know, because we're scared of, you know, scared of that. You know, it's, you know, just for,
protective.
yeah, it's,
Mhm.
you know, just
Now,
preemptive and, yeah.
financially, that's something.
Financially, that's a whole
Cystic
different ball of
fibrosis
wax.
is not a cheap disease. I don't think any chronic illness is. But the first time I got a statement for her, when they put her on Pulmozyme, the first time I got a statement and it said my insurance saved me $4,622 for 1 month's worth of medication, I about had a heart attack because I felt bad enough that I was paying $150 for medication. It's really expensive. Even with copays, her vest was a 20% copay. It's an $18,000 machine. It's a car. Her
Yeah.
copay was basically a car.
Yeah,
Um,
you know,
and until recently, I was telling you earlier, until recently, I always had this fear that I had to stay at the same job because of the pre-existing condition problem. I paid for Cobra for a year after I lost my job because I was so afraid of losing the continuous coverage for Sabrina, because we've known parents who have lost their coverage for some reason or another and then not been able to get their kids back on, or have a 6-month waiting period before they can get onto their parents' insurance. And can be financially devastating. If you're looking at medications and things she absolutely has to have, she can't survive without enzymes. She has to have them. Without a copay, enzymes are $600 a month.
Politics aside, the Affordable Health Care Act, just the fact that the clause says, pre-existing conditions, and I understand, that if we have a pre-existing condition, we still may be paying more, but the fact that that's there, there's a huge stress reliever there, and that's got to count for something in my book.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the challenges that you've encountered with the healthcare system.
When Sabrina was very first diagnosed, I used to feel like I had a second job just dealing with insurance and getting things covered and having to call to get things pre-authorized or pre-arranged or okayed, or I had a book that I had to write everything down. I had a notebook that all of those numbers went in and everything was there and when her appointments were, so that when I'd get the bills and they said it wasn't covered, I'd say, no, I talked to you on and I spoke with.
Every
And
single phone call was recorded, every single name that she talked to was recorded, and all about, I have no patience for that kind of thing. So she was really the saint and took care of all of that, because I would not have dealt with it nearly as well as she did.
And it's a little bit different now because her insurance has changed. I don't have to pre-authorize everything anymore.